Welcome back to my channel, everybody. It's Leah with SBRX, and I am so excited to be back. It has been, my goodness, at least 6 weeks since I've done a video, and I have missed you guys so much. Some of you know what happened and some of you don't, and at first I was like extremely upset. Like, not upset, I was like let down by myself at what I have went through. I thought, like, I must be like the worst esthetician in the world. How in the world could I get skin cancer? And over the last 6 weeks, I have learned so much information. I mean, more than I'm always learning, and of course I always stress sunscreen and everything else, but I was like, literally, how did this happen to me? Of course, you know, in my teens I definitely went in a tanning bed, but there's so much more that I've learned that I cannot wait to tell you guys on. Also things that contribute to skin cancer, and directly I know that like helped me get skin cancer. So I am coming to you guys today in the raw. I don't have any foundation on. I want you guys to see what I am currently going through, because if I can encourage or inspire one person to get on the phone with their doctor on Monday and schedule a if I can inspire just one person to call their dermatologist on Monday to get a skin check, or inspire somebody to reapply every 2 hours, then everything I have gone through and I'm going through is beyond worth it. So today I am telling you about my skin cancer experience. Like I said, I was like extremely ashamed at first of the fact that I have skin cancer. I was like, how am I gonna tell people I'm an esthetician and like look at my forehead? Like, what went wrong? So first I want to tell you guys and show you a few pictures. Hopefully, like I said, encourage people to be more aware. I've always said since day one, I am a huge advocate of at least washing your face for one cleanse or one time a day with your hands. I've said that in multiple videos throughout the years. If you want to go back, especially when I'm talking about cleansers, I definitely say that. And that is actually what made me realize something wasn't right. So it's just bizarre to me, because I know my skin, I know what skin cancer looks like, and my spot did not present visually like skin cancer. And it wasn't until I actually felt my forehead became extremely spongy to the touch. Like, literally, I would touch my forehead to cleanse it and my finger would sink in, and I was like, oof, this can't be right. But unfortunately I was really busy. You guys know I've been doing so much over the last year, and self-care, guys. I just kept putting off my appointment and putting off my appointment, and then finally it got really bad, and I went in and they took a biopsy. Finally I was like, okay, this can't be right, and I scheduled an appointment, and they actually got me in that week, and they took a biopsy, and it did take about, I don't know, 2 weeks to get back, and this was the beginning of June. Well, that biopsy did not heal very quickly at all, of course, because the area was like cancer. So that really, beginning of June is when the last time I really taped a video, because my forehead has been looking crazy ever since. I've been super swollen, but anyway, I'll get back to that in a minute. So they did the biopsy. It took 2 weeks to get it back, and they actually weren't sure what it was. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to go back in and take another biopsy, no big deal. And they actually scheduled it pretty quickly. Actually, I scheduled it pretty quickly. They gave me a few different locations to go to, and the location I typically go to, it wasn't for like another month and a half, and I was like, heck no, like something's going on with me. So I actually got in like the very next day. I just had to drive a little further, which is totally fine. I'm happy I did. However, I thought literally it was going to be for another biopsy, because they were not sure what it actually was. And this was me being totally ignorant, guys. I've worked for a Mohs surgeon before. I'm an esthetician. I know what the heck happens when you have skin cancer. I know all about Mohs surgery, and I had no idea when I pulled up and walked into that building that I was having surgery. So completely oblivious. I mean, I was doing emails during it. They would come in and they're like, okay, we're gonna test another spot. We're gonna, you know, keep going. I'm like, this sounds like Mohs surgery, but okay, it's not surgery, until literally blood was running down my face and I was like, oof, this is a really big biopsy. So finally they came in and they were like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and close you now. And I was like put my emails away, finally focused on what was happening in the world around me. So guys, pay attention when you are in the middle of surgery. Don't be doing emails. And I realized, oh my gosh, my forehead is wide open. I ended up getting 40 sutures, both internally and externally. This is the photo, literally right as soon as they removed the drapes. I pulled up my phone because I was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting to get sutures today. I actually had a photo shoot to do the next week. Dr. Ben Johnson was actually flying in originally to do a video with me, and I had to move that, obviously. So I was like, oh no, what have I done? Pulled up my phone, and this is the photo that I took, and literally the first time I saw my forehead. So yeah, you can see like the oh my gosh in my face, and please don't make fun of my eyebrows. It had, like I said, been a rough month before, so literally at this point I had already had like an open forehead. Ever since, I have been wearing a bandage on my forehead and nursing this wound. So here I am, guys. This is why I've been gone. I am alive. I have missed you guys so much. It has been crazy, and I cannot believe, like, my clients have, like, I didn't cancel anybody, but they actually came in, and I can't believe they didn't like run screaming out the door by the way I looked. Let me go ahead and show you guys a photo now of how swollen I was, and my clients are amazing and they did not like run screaming out of the building. I had this gigantic bandage on my forehead for the last 4 weeks, but here are a few photos. Today, this is how I look. Like I said, I do not have any foundation. I don't have any cover up on. This is my scar that I'll tell you guys what I'm actually using on it now. Unfortunately, they thought I was going to be able to remove the bandage much sooner. If you guys probably know, if you follow me on Instagram, that I've kind of been posting like photos of the bandage. I actually had to wear the bandage additional 2 weeks, so a little over 3 weeks total I've had a bandage on my forehead because my sutures didn't close. If you guys want to see a photo of that, it's super, super gross. I don't know if I'm actually going to put it in. I mean, it's gross. I'm actually not going to put it in because literally you can see everything. It ain't pretty. But trust me, so I had to cover that back up for an additional like 10 days. And here we are today. First, I want to thank you guys who have reached out and been like, hey, are you okay? We miss you. Like, whatever's going on, like, you know, we're here for you. Oh my god, you guys are so amazing. I love y'all. But I promise I'm fine. Like I told everybody, I actually look a lot worse than I felt. It did hurt, you know, pretty badly the first like 2 days because they have like a pressure bandage on it. And then when you take that pressure bandage off, all that swelling drops, and literally that's why my face blew up. But besides that, it's just been like a waiting game to see when this thing's gonna close, and actually it's still not closed. You might be able to see right in the center I still have a pretty decent scab, just because they actually had to go all the way down to the fatty layer. And it was basal cell. Originally they were thinking it was squamous. They just weren't really sure at first. They knew it was something because again they even said too, you know, the way it felt was very atypical, not cool at all, and it was super spongy. So it was basal cell though, and now I kind of want to tell you guys because this has been a very eye-opening experience for me. Like I said, I haven't seen the sun in, I don't know, like 15 years. And I am very fair skinned. However, you know, I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, am I the worst esthetician? I tell everybody like wear your SPF. I tell everybody how important it is to take care of your skin, and here I am, the dead center of my forehead, basal cell cancer. I'm just, and I usually don't like to talk about myself. Like, I don't know, I'm just not like one of those like, oh, poor me type of people. So this video too was a little daunting to do because I just don't, I don't know, I don't want people to ever think like I'm negative or poor me or like a victim at all, because I am not. I'm like the most optimistic person, and I truly believe this happened to me so that somebody watching this video right now or sees me like at the grocery store and they're like, oh my god, what happened to that girl, which people have been like what happened to you, total strangers, and I'm like, I have skin cancer, please go get checked. And actually a few people said they would. So I just think that this was for a reason, just like my YouTube channel. I am so excited that maybe one person out there I can change their skin, and hopefully this time it's not anti-aging that I'm helping with, or melasma or pigment or acne, but this time it is making sure that if you have something that needs to be checked, you get it checked, and if you have something that needs to have surgery, you do it right away and don't wait like I did. So like I said, I have been reading non-stop because I never want to go through this again, and I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can and understanding, you know, why this happened. So the first thing, and some of you may know this time last year I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and I learned over the last few weeks that if you have an autoimmune disease, it can contribute to getting basal cell carcinoma. Not only because the drugs that you take for an autoimmune disease, you know, suppress the immune system so they can't fight cancer cells. Also, when you have an autoimmune disease, it actually also attacks healthy tissues. And in doing so, while it's attacking healthy tissues, it's not attacking unhealthy. So again, you know, this is just a few things that I've read over the last few weeks that it says that it can contribute to basal cell and squamous cell carcinoma, is having an autoimmune disease. So if you have an autoimmune disease, I highly recommend that do not ignore any type of lesions that pop up. Do not, you know, go an extra year or two in between visits to the dermatologist. Go get your skin checked. Okay, the next health condition that I had no idea would contribute or could contribute to myself getting basal cell carcinoma or somebody else getting basal cell carcinoma is having endometriosis. And again, before I move on, I want to tell you guys, like I said, I don't like talking about myself. This is so uncomfortable for me. Secondly, my husband and I are so happy being a family of two. We actually decided we didn't want to have kids on our honeymoon, and it has never been an issue ever since. And now that I'm at 35, people have actually stopped asking when I'm gonna have kids. But we're not having kids. I actually already had one of my fallopian tubes removed due to endometriosis. I've had to have surgery, unfortunately, and it's just not in my cards, and I'm okay with that. So before I move on, I don't want anybody thinking that, you know, they have to feel bad for me. Please don't. I do not feel bad for me at all. I'm super happy, and the skincare is my baby. So the next thing I had no idea that could contribute to getting skin cancer was endometriosis. So this is just a really quick thing that I did read. It says a study of 100,000 French women published in Cancer Causes Control found that endometriosis is associated with an increased overall risk of skin cancer. More so melanoma, but you know, for me, I'm like, well, I have endometriosis. Could this have, you know, been a contributing factor? And for me, I can't rule it out. I don't know if having an autoimmune disease, having endometriosis, or just frying myself in the tanning bed for a year of my life and my teens contributed to me getting skin cancer. But I do know moving forward, I will be getting skin checks every 6 months. I already reapply every 2 hours, but I'm like super psycho now, guys. Like, I'm putting on like 40 SPF, so I'm not really. But what I'm trying to say is this has been a huge eye-opener for me. And the last thing that I read that really resonated with me that I want to tell you guys today is, for me having basal cell carcinoma and anybody else having basal cell carcinoma, there's a 40% chance that you will get basal cell carcinoma again. That's so scary. So again, if you guys have ever had skin cancer, please make sure you are getting a follow-up appointment. A 40% chance of getting cancer again is huge, and that's not something you want to take lightly. If you guys are seeing like the passion that's like feel like I'm pouring out of myself right now, please, 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 please. A lot of people are like, oh, it's just skin cancer, it's not a big deal. Skin cancers can metastasize. They can they can cause other issues. So it is not anything to play with. And even if you don't think it's a big deal, look at my forehead and look at the scar. You guys know I've spent my life almost, not my entire life. I've spent like the last 10 years of my life dedicated to understanding the skin, to teaching about skin cancer, to taking care of my skin. And if this can happen to me, it could absolutely happen to anybody, and I don't want this to happen to you. So what does this mean for me now? Well, of course, I'm gonna continue reapplying every 2 hours. I had always worn a big hat, and actually I think I had said that in a video right before all of this happened. Like, I'm always wearing this gigantic hat when I'm out, but now I actually even wear a hat when I'm driving. I just invested in the driving gloves, so I guess I'm gonna be that like lady. And yeah, I am definitely gonna have to get laser for this. Of course, being very fair skinned, I naturally pull reds anyway, so I know I'm gonna need laser, and that's totally okay. I just started using the Truth Treatments Omega on the scar. It is also a surgical healing aid, so I've been doing that. And of course, I have just been putting so much sunscreen on, and a lot of people don't realize that once you take the bandage off and you put sunscreen on it, on a scar, any scar, doesn't have to be a skin cancer scar, any scar, you will pigment so much worse if you do not cover the area when you're out in the sun. So if you have to put a bandage back on just while you're outside, please do. It will lessen the chances of pigmenting really, really bad and needing laser, or, you know, it looking a lot better and maybe not needing laser. I really consider myself lucky that it was just basal cell carcinoma. And again, I'm just really lucky that I have a tiny little platform that hopefully can help somebody realize, oh my gosh, I have something that sounds very similar to that, or you actually do have something that's presenting visually as basal cell or squamous or melanoma. And I hope you guys watch this video and go get it checked. So excited to be back today and be back with you guys, because you guys are my family and I love you all so much. And I'm so excited to keep doing my videos. I'm going to cover up this scar as best I can in my future videos, but again, today I kind of wanted to scare you guys. I kind of wanted to show you you know, what skin cancer looks like. And this is something that happened, you know, over a month ago, and it still looks like this, and it's nothing to play around with. So please, please guys, I have literally said it already 1,000 times in this video, reapply your SPF. Know your, you know, medical history if you are at an increased chance of getting skin cancer, and please schedule your skin check. So silly, I'm not even upset for myself. I'm upset because I know people who don't wear SPF, and it like so much pisses me off. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And if you have a appointment to get your skin checked, let me know below. If you're making an appointment to get your skin checked, please let me know. If you are not wearing SPF and you want a recommendation for your skin type, please let me know below. And I hope that you guys are as passionate as I am after this video about keeping your skin safe. I love you all so much. I love your skin even more, I'm telling you. Like, that's all I actually worry about. I'm not even worried about myself. Like, I am so excited that maybe this is gonna help somebody, and I just love you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time.